The best shooters of all times have such unequivocal something that sticks within your memory forever, armored with futuristic assault rifles and rechargeable shields. Halo has been at the forefront for many years. Halo has always been known for smooth movement and incredible gunplay, and depending on the title, a futuristic stylized world, and stories that take from some of the very best science fiction and lodge gamers into a military warfare front in the same experience. It is that kind of gameplay that causes people to be up at 3 am on Discord telling your best friend about Tolkien out a giggle of neon-colored grunts with the quickness and just barely skinning out of there before two ghosts show up to reinforce the position. Now Bungie had something everybody knew: Microsoft, Apple, and of course Bungie themselves. 343 has taken that on, and they have tried to build on it for a couple years with a give and take when it comes to their results. Halo Infinity in their next try single player only title. There is no multiplayer connected to this that's free to play, there's no co-op or Forge even built in its bare bones package of Halo, the actual designed down warfare that we have expected from the Halo series. Let's see if it pays off. If you like these videos, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like me, check out Writing on Games, one of the best YouTube channels that are out there. If you are one of the first 100 people to put a comment on this video, nothing will happen whatsoever. Cannot wait beyond the first 100. This is a game that's pretty much playable on almost everything the original, all the way to the cloud. If you are somewhere in the Xbox ecosystem, get into the game quickly is as easy as booting up whatever system you have and jumping in, whether in the original with sub 1080p resolution or the Xbox Series X on quality mode at dynamic 4K. Halo's hallmarks have never just been a crisp picture or resolution. In fact, we have seen prior games have sub HD resolution and still look really good. It's the air design, it's the sci-fi reflection hacks, ambitious landscapes you see as Infinity that sketches in front of you, so you'll get grayless in the mist. Rejects show up as the bad guys on the console. The game barely ever drops a frame as well, and even a step above the preview, which did see some drops here and there, especially when you are driving around or leading in from later fast travel moments. Those are almost completely gone here. Most of the situation that we saw with draw in air improved as well in the final, so you still do see it crop up here and there, additionally more fleshed out. Is the world's wildlife, which you do see in various different ways, whether it be birds or things scurrying along the ground. The location itself in Halo Infinity looks exactly like you would expect Halo 1 as an extension to be, which I think for a lot of us is sort of where this game was going. That's of course when you land on the Zeta ring, because prior to the first 30 to maybe 15 minutes of Halo Infinity, this game does a lot of not impress. It is outstandingly mediocre. As a starting, I cannot remember the last big budget title that did not snog an AV when it came to especially a platform holders triple A title, but Halo Infinity continually does not. Maybe it's that plan. Then once you get to the Halo Zeta ring, you are going to be breaking this side of relief that it is not just one huge joke. I don't know, but it does sort of work in that way. It could also be bits of the Delay, the old Echoes and Ramones, and dust of the collected starts and stops the Halo Infinity had put into what is considerably not a stunning beginning, but once you get through that bit, what you could say is a small bit of a tutorial. Halo Zeta, the Zeta ring itself is a mixture of Halo 1 and 3, maybe a bit of 2 and Halo Wars combined, all to tell you the story, and it sort of does sound like a jar of, where it would taste horrible when the contents are mixed up, but somehow it actually turns out of took everything and full everything this beautiful alien world. That is also brutally familiar if you played the original game. Halo games have always had a cleaner, more 2010 mix-up look, especially if you combine that with a little bit of Starship Troopers. And that's definitely what Halo Infinity looks like, that only really dark and dirty. Video games remind you sometimes a teeny bit of Gears. As the Banished Leaders, it's been a long time since we have had a good plan into the apps game, but it's hard not to feel like that's what we are getting when these guys show up.